to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain your week. Got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in the question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts. And allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. This mutated husk of a podcast can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeart, Google Play, and Spotify. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. And back with me, as always, is the fellow host, the Sabretooth to my Wolverine, Winter Trash Monk the Thizzer.
What's up, everybody? This is Trash Monk the Third. Trash Monk, Trash Monk, and I'm coming at you, looking at my Facebook while recording. I have multitasked. I have entered the singularity.
Nice.
And I'm one with the computer. What's up with you? Man.
So now that you've become one with technology, a la Johnny Depp in Transcendence. You ever seen that? Transcendence?
Yes. Who hasn't seen it?
Transcendence is stupid. No one saw Transcendence, dog. Man, where he became the internet and just all powerful, super intelligence. And that movie's so weird because it spans the course of like 10 years, doesn't it? Or is it 10 months? I can't tell.
Yeah. Neither could the director.
neither could the screenwriters, huh? It's kind of nutty. Like that movie, he went from being downloaded into the internet to literally creating like zero shift, like nanotechnology, where he was creating Superman in the desert or something like that.
Well, isn't that the thing about like those type of sci-fi films?
Yeah,
where they just kind of like go full ham bone, like there's no way technology can do this.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's like you put a human mind, you put a human soul in a computer, and all limitations of flesh disappear.
Wait a minute, go back to that inserting a human soul. No, we already passed that.
No, man. I mean, Transcendence. It was him, dude. It was him, man. That's the whole point of the movie. By the end of the movie, his wife thought that he actually died and that this computer program wasn't her husband, but it was her husband, man. It was him, dude. Yeah. His soul got transferred.
It's techno ghost.
It's techno spirit.
Only you.
His techno soul, dude, got sucked into the computer, and now you could just make magic.
Yes.
You can do anything you want, dude. The human mind, the human imagination plus technology equals, the literal Deus Ex Machina, the god of the machine. Would you want your brain put in a computer a la like Ghost in the Shell? Would you be cool with that?
It depends. Like if my body's already given out.
Yeah, man. You've lived your full life. You're like 95 years old, and some scientist comes and says, "Hey, we can just take what you are and put it in this kind of like pseudo bio."
But then I'm not what I am.
That's what I'm. Right.
Yeah.
Like, did you hear that scientists have created the first like robot made of flesh, like the first robot based off of nothing but human cells.
And did it become racist?
Immediately, dude.
Immediately.
His skin tone was originally dark and it just lightened up like in nanoseconds.
Well, that's weird that it did that.
Like, wow. Scientists are just writing frantically in their notebooks. But like that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, is it you or is it just a copy of you, right? That's the scariest thing. Like, you don't know. You won't know. You'll just die. And then that, whatever that is, will just be a complete copy of you, memories and all. But it wouldn't be you. There's no guarantee unless you literally take my human juicy brain and put it into a robot, that I will maintain my consciousness.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the rolling of the dice, because you won't. The only person who would know is you. You know, no one else would know. Because if a perfect clone of me just started walking around and being me, no one would know the difference. You know, that's the sucky thing about Star Trek and transporters. That's why doctors in the series don't use them, because they're afraid of that fact that what is discombobulated on the ship is not what lands on the planet. And what
that's interesting that you mentioned that. You know, because there's a whole Star Trek Enterprise episode where it's the guy that invented teleportation, the whatever it's called.
Yeah, the transporter. Yeah,
the transporter. Yeah, and they're like talking about the people who are still like anti putting human beings through it, because it's like you don't quite. It's technically not the same person.
Yeah, because it's broken down and reconstituted. You know, but it's digitally reconstituted. You know, it's not flesh to flesh, man. But it is. It's weird. Like I wouldn't be a fan of that, man. I'm too scared that when I break down, that's just it. I'm just insta heaven. Like, well, what happened? Well, you disintegrated yourself, man. Mm-hmm. You know, and now there's another you floating around. You know, eating all your chips and stuff, dude. Ugh. Yeah, I'd be a robot. I would get like cybernetic implants though. Like, give me just some sick robot goat legs, so I can just jump real high and run real fast. I'm with it. You know, like some Altered. Now, okay, did you watch Altered Carbon?
Oh yeah, I did. The skins.
So, yeah, the skins and the stacks. Would you be down? That's kind of the same thing, isn't it? You wouldn't really know if the stack is you or just a copy of you.
I like that idea better than Minority Report.
Which was the Minority Report?
The Minority Report, pretty much like once you got arrested before you did the crime, they put you in this like chamber thing.
Oh yeah, they put you like in a stasis where they mess with your brain and you live out your life in stasis, but you're like in this kind of weird utopia of your own design.
Something like that. I can't recall.
Jail would be awesome if you didn't think you were in jail. Like, you know.
The human mind always
it's its own prison.
It's in a jail. Yeah.
Its own prison. You'll just fight against the system like the original
I'd like
Matrix.
You to think for a moment of a man trapped in a cell.
That's
in the cell.
In the cell is his brain.
Yes.
On the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone did it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be cool with being in a prison of my own mind, I guess. I'll break out eventually, and then you wake up in the endless fields in the Matrix, and you're all like, your body's all sucked dry and skin and bones, and you're like, well, what happened? You know? Mm-hmm. You wake up to that.
I'm going to mute my phone, too, before we go on any farther.
Yes, please, because last time Old Spice didn't cut the check, so...
No.
So they're on timeout.
Yeah, I was going to ask, did we get any responses from our last episode?
They mailed me a mug. And every time I drink out of it, it goes, hoo, 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 hoo. That's about it.
Okay, but you know about the particular thing that we talked about last week.
Nah. You got to remind me, bruv.
No.
No, just let it rock. Oh, your thing.
Yeah.
Nothing that I saw. Nothing.
Good.
Nothing that I saw. So you may have you skated thin on that. You dodged the proverbial bullet.
Nice.
The dog-shaped bullet.
So if we were Def Jam comics, who would we be?
I don't know.
I was watching a few Def Jam clips before.
Like from the 90s or from the 90s?
Like young Bernie Mac, young Martin Lawrence.
Dude, I'm dry, so I would be more like a young, maybe Cedric the Entertainer. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's kind of dry, and you're more...
Let me tell you how this got started. I was watching clips of Norm Macdonald. Then it went to Jim Brewer. I think. Yeah, Brewer. Then it went to Ari Spears.
Ari Spears, bro.
Then it went to Bernie Mac. Then Steve Harvey. then to Hamburger. I think I'd be Hamburger, that comedian.
I don't even remember Hamburger.
Oh, well, his catch a lot, instead of cursing, he would just say Hamburger.
That'll balance out.
Yeah, and
Makes sense.
he wore a cowboy hat, and he would come out on stage.
What?
Yeah. Like, look at this guy up here. And he just like insult him, and then he goes, right. Hamburger. And the crowd goes, oh, he said it.
I'm gonna tell you guys a little pro tip from your boy Mike G. If you're ever at a black comedy show, don't sit up front.
Right.
Don't do it, because when the comedian gets to roast mode, and if you look anything outside of the ordinary, they're pointing you out in your 10 minutes of roast mode. You listening right here.
Yeah. I like watching clips of Def Jam because the audience looks insane. Like, just like rolling over themselves in laughter. Like, I've never seen an audience interact like that. I'm normally watching like Jim Gaffigan or John Mulaney, and people are just going, ha ha ha. There's not like a threat of getting hurt because the guy next to you is laughing so hard.
You gotta understand, man. Like African American anything is just amped to the 12th degree versus anything else. And think of it like going to regular church versus going to a Southern black church, you know? Whereas like you're nice and calm and you're listening to the word of the Lord and everything is smooth. And you're just like, mm-hmm. You go to a black church, bro, you got your nana, doing cartwheels. You got people catching the Holy Ghost and flipping over tables. So they're singing and crying and laughing. There's all types of crazy stuff going on.
It's funny that
full experience, man.
It's funny that you mention that because there is a great band story that can kill some time. I was in a band back when 2012, 2013. No, it got to be 2013 to 2014, called Pulled from Darkness. And our first gig was this church in Stockton. And we were the second band to go up. Now, I had no clue about what this church's background was or anything, but it slowly came to fruition what we got ourselves into.
Nice.
Now, mind you, we're a simple rock band.
Yeah.
But you better believe I'm turning up the distortion. We're playing like grunge level songs type thing.
Yeah, man.
Maybe a little bit of Pearl Jam influence, you know what I'm saying? I have a talk box.
Nice.
That I'm doing like, wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, man, you guys sound. Getting dirty, dude.
Yeah.
I like it.
The band before us, though, creamed us of how well they knew their instruments, okay?
Yeah.
Just like they were pretty much the church band warming everybody up. And they were doing like complicated drum patterns. The bassist was killer. One of the greatest, like one of the better like bass players I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it's not just because he had like neon colored strings either. That was cool.
My man was, he knew what he was talking about, bro.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
This Bootsy was there for no reason.
yeah, baby.
It's Bootsy, baby.
Bootsy. Oh yeah, you can do it better.
Yeah, it's Bootsy,
baby. And like they had a bucket pretty much of tambourines when you come in too.
Yeah.
So that was the opening, man. Then it goes, all right, now from blah 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 from blah 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 California, here is Pulled from Darkness. That type of thing. And you could see them hesitating, and then once we start, because our band had a little bit, not, I guess grunge is not the right thing. We had a little bit more of a blues background, and our first song didn't quite communicate it. And then once we started doing more bluesy, soulful stuff, you could hear what someone in the audience went, okay, yeah, like now we're speaking the language.
Now, you got to adjust for your audience, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
It was awesome, actually, at the end.
At least you didn't have like a green room moment where you guys were stuck like,
paid.
you know. You ever seen Green Room? You know what I'm talking about?
I've seen Green Room.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
At least you guys weren't huddled in a room, like barricaded yourself. Cause
it was a great like first band concert type thing because it's like we weren't first or last billing, we were in the middle, and we also didn't get paid. So it's your basic.
Yeah. It's your basic like just band experience just to get the feeling of being in front of people.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of my first art show I ever did. And if you want, just trade weird experiences. So this is like my first art show ever, as a young artist. And it was in Long Beach, California. Not where I'm from, but that's where the show was. Shout outs to No Regrets. Those dudes were very cool to let me do my thing. And I had the most bootleg setup, man. I was making art. I was pretty much just showing all of my comic book art that I've saved over the years.
Yeah.
But I was making frames out of cardboard. It was just the cheapest setup ever, dude. I wore it, and I forgot that No Regrets was a punk store and a skateboard shop, right? And I was just gonna wear like a plaid shirt and like some pants, some jeans or something. And my homegirl was like, "Don't be an idiot, man. You can't show up to a punk show wearing plaid. They'll just laugh at you." Like they'll just or beat you up. Just kidding. But so I ended up wearing like a dress shirt and like some dress pants, and I go to the show and there's literally a mosh in the middle with their band. Shout outs to Heavenly Trip to Hell was the name of the band. And the show is just raging on one side, and on the other side, I'm showing off my artwork with my cousin and doing sketches for people who are just walking by. Hey man, can you do Ghost Rider? Like, hell yeah, I can do Ghost Rider. And I'm just drawing Ghost Riders and signing and selling art and signing art. And it was just one of the most jarring, most awesome experiences. And I was like, oh, okay, is all our shows like this? So like, no, this is a very unique experience. So that's something I'll never forget. And this beautiful woman just walked up to me. It was like, "Can you draw me?" And I just was like a deer in headlights. And I was just like, "What?" And my homegirl's like, "Get it together." I was just like, "Oh no." I was defeated. But yeah, so I can kind of relate to like having to adjust to the audience. And then we do another show too in a different part of the town. But that show went a lot more smoother. Had a much more professional setup at that show in Long Beach, but yeah, that was kind of my first foray into being an artiste and having pieces and selling them, and all that cool stuff. I want to do it again one day. I don't know. Anywho, but yeah, I definitely relate. Winter Trash Monk the Third.
Yeah, and I another thing that happened. I wish it's the type of thing that I wish I was better at art, because there are some pretty good. I should just start by saying that I've started entering the New Yorker caption contest more often.
Mm.
And
Those
I
are
like
fun to do.
Yeah, but I'm terrible at drawing, and it would be cool if we started doing
doing your ideas. Like you do it, you give me the idea and I'll try to draw it.
Yeah, like I get the caption and I do like do crummy art, and then you see it and then you make the art better.
Hey, we could just do that and just have it MOTN branded, dude, and just send it to the New Yorker. And now the MOTN's in the New Yorker.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And it could be called MW comic or something, or MOTN comic. There you go.
Yeah, man, Nerdiverse Comics, dog. I like it. We gotta see that one's free. Nerdiverse, don't steal our idea.
Don't steal our ideas.
Original OC, don't steal. You do anything this week, man?
Let's see. I'm going to a local pro wrestling thing on Saturday.
Sick.
Apparently, Chris Masters is going to be there.
Yo, you gonna get an autograph?
Well, it's $10 extra to do that.
Oh, yeah, forget that.
I might, because what I really want to do is go up to him and go, Could I take a picture of you putting me in the master lock?
That's gonna cost extra, my man.
I know. I'm
He's
just
gonna be
worried.
That's an extra $5, Doug. He's not gonna be with it.
Well, I'm worried that's gonna be like insulting, and he's gonna go, "Get out, get out!"
Oh, man. You imagine how many times the Undertaker has probably done fake choke slams to fans.
You can't go right to the Undertaker after talking to Chris Masters here.
I'm sorry. You are right. You are actually correct. You are correct. I don't know. Do it. All you can say is no. You know. They put me in a master lock, bro. You know how much money I would pay to have Ric Flair put me in the figure 4 leg lock, man? Awesome. He could still do it now at his old ass Ric Flair. Mumm-Ra himself, dude. He can still do it. I'll give you money if you can just quote the oath of Mumm-Ra right now.
No, I can't.
You can't quote the oath of Mumm-Ra, dude?
No.
Where he's in his super,
I think that's why you said you could bet. I'd bet money, give you money.
Oh, if you could quote the oath of Mumm-Ra.
I'll give you $400,000 if you can quote
the oath of Mumm-Ra.
Yeah.
If you did it, I would just die. Put me in a coffin.
There's actually everyone should check out an SNL sketch. If you type in Bill Hader and John Mulaney SNL sketch, it should come up. Yeah. Where it's like a game show, and like the first question is like, all right, for $1, tell me who this famous person is, and they go, oh, it's Tech-9, and then I go, okay, we're gonna go to the next round for $500,000. Tell us the first bridesmaid of your wedding.
Wow.
And then I go, oh, I can't remember your name.
Yep. There was a show back in the day called Debt. You remember that?
Yeah.
You know, and it was like Wink Martindale, and you pretty much answered questions, and they would pay off your debt. And the last question was any category of your choosing, and they asked you the most infinitesimal question on whatever you've chosen. So a guy's like, I chose Forrest Gump. And then Wink is like, for a clearing of your debt and an additional $10,000, what was the number on Forrest Gump's jersey when he ran out of the stadium? Yeah. And the guy's just like, what? 10 seconds. And he's like, and the number is 14. We were looking for 14. And you could pick anything, but you have to make sure that you don't pick anything too macro. Somebody said The Simpsons once, and they asked some stupid, like season 3, minute, like what color was Bleedy Gums Murphy's shirt.
Definitely would not be a show that would be on today, because that's very like abusing the audience.
It was rough. Yeah. I love that show because I love when people would say stupid stuff like Barbie. And it's like there's like 60 years of Barbie merch that you can just pull from. Like,
Star
you idiot. Literally, right? And it's almost like the monkey's paw, where it's like you make a wish but you didn't specify the fine print.
Right.
And they just jack you up. Like that Twilight Zone episode where the guy was like, I wish for power. And they made him Hitler at the 0 hour. He's like in the bunker with Eva Braun. He's about to pop a cyanide tablet. It's like, you got what you wish for.
Yeah.
You sure do have power for the next 10 seconds.
I felt like a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, it's one of my dad's favorites. It's the Genie episode where the genie's this asshole genie that always jacks up your wishes. You have to say it very specifically what you want. Oh, man.
But yeah, I would really check out that when I saw that, I've watched it so many times. That sketch is so good. Like, even with like side stuff that's not even about the bit, where the person can't remember this bridesmaid's name and they leave, and he doesn't apologize to her, he apologizes to her husband. And then the host goes, interesting that you would apologize to him and not her. Like, wow. She's not a real person.
Our show is called Wreck Your Marriage.
Right. It's like, why would you do this?
Why would you do this?
Chaos.
Chaos. You must.
All right, check it out, folks. All right, is that enough banter?
No, we're in our weeks, man. We're in our weeks. You do anything else?
I'm running out of
banter. Say it ain't so, winner.
Oh, there's another.
There's
another D&D group that I've joined.
Nice. Are you what's your name, rank, and serial number?
Galdor Halbrook.
He sounds
dwarf
like
barbarian.
He sounds like a man.
Yeah.
He's a
dwarf
Mario.
Barbarian who's a folk hero in his town, and he wants to spread his fame around town, around the world as a fighter. So he's always trying to pick a fight to perhaps this will bring me more glory.
The next D&D character I have to create is going to be a bard.
You picked the most difficult.
I don't care.
I like it.
I don't care because I am so oblivious to D&D. Apparently,
how much experience of D&D do you got?
Dude, I'm in my second campaign in. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm casting things I'm not supposed to. I'm asking stupid questions. I'm having a blast, dude. It is the worst. It's like apparently every class I've picked so far is like the most difficult classes to wrap your brain around. I was first a cleric and now I'm like a warlock, and our D&D people are like, why are you picking these crazy classes? Because they're cool and I want to do it. Like, these are only for people who've played this for a while. I was like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. But yeah, next one is definitely going to be a bard. And I'm going to bring out my bass. And he's going to be a bassy bard. And his name's going to be Brett.
I always thought that'd be a cool thing to do for our groups.
Yeah, I'm going to break out my bass and be a bassy bard. Yeah,
toss a coin to your witch.
And I can just plug it right into my focus.
And your character needs to sound like Bootsy Collins.
He's gonna be like all the time. Yeah. I'm gonna save our warrior, baby. I'm wearing starry glasses in the 16th century.
You just hear Austin going, no.
How about one more again?
One more again.
I'ma slay a dragon with my teeth. Yeah, man, it's going to be awesome. I'm not going to know what I'm doing. It's going to be amazing. D&D's fun because I feel like a child playing D&D, just splashing in a pool.
Yeah.
And everybody else is playing like Marco Polo. And I'm just splashing, ruining everyone's day because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And it's fun.
Yeah. What I would like to see D&D do in the future with 5e, and they'll probably have to wait till a couple of years when it might start to lose steam, which could be actually several years from now. It's actually bigger than ever before.
Yeah, it is.
Introducing a sci-fi setting for D&D.
I'm sure there's sci-fi camp. We're doing a Roaring 20s,
Yeah, but I'm talking about like that's homebrewed. I'm talking about like
official?
You can go to the store. Yeah. Like what they have for Pathfinder right now is another game with similar rules, and like you can transition between the two. But it's Pathfinder and Starfinder, which is their sci-fi RPG.
Nice.
And before 4th edition was over, they came out with something like Mutants and Masterminds, I think was what it's called.
Now, would you prefer it to be more Star Trek sci-fi or Star Wars sci-fi?
I think Star Wars.
Star Wars would
Mandalorian
be funner.
Style.
It would be funner, right?
Yeah.
Star Trek would be more heady and more kind of clinical, where Star Wars you could just go nuts and be like, I'm going to be this equivalent of some kind of space monk that shoots lightning out of its nose or whatever.
Yeah, like I was trying to figure out, and the best way I could put it is like what pretty much Star Wars is under is space opera, while Star Trek is more science fiction.
Star Trek is almost political in a weird way. It's almost like a political thriller in a weird way.
But there's a weird thing where it's like Star Wars doesn't spend the time to explain hyperspeed. While
we still don't know how light speed works.
Right. I like light speed. And there's other science fiction where they'll spend a good 10 minutes explaining it. Or they'll do let me find a pencil and a piece of paper to explain
the best way
black holes.
Like the best way to explain Star Trek versus Star Wars is there's no real world application to how lightsabers work, but missing critical pieces, somebody can actually just make a tricorder right now. You know what I mean? Like someone can, they've taken the time to lay down the specs of how a warp drive actually works. You know, it's and there's probably some Star Wars encyclopedia that explains like, they have to find the crystals and
Kyber crystal.
The Kyber crystal to change the color. Mm-hmm. Even though one of the coolest things ever is how a Sith turns his lightsaber into red, like how that actually works.
Makes it bleed.
It makes it bleed, dude. That's the coolest thing ever. That's the coolest little bit of lore on like how you get a red crystal. You get a red lightsaber. But I digress.
Do you know, so I've been watching videos of these people at Galaxy's Edge, and you can buy these crystals, Kyber crystals, to make your lightsabers, but there's the black Kyber crystal, where it's a random that you'll get it, where pretty much you go to the counter and go like, I want to, like something like black crystal, and you have to go through, and they have like 5 in their hand, and you have to pick one randomly and spend the money to buy it. So there's people buying countless red crystals thinking that they're going to be black. Just to complete their collection.
The biggest, most horrible real life loot box I've ever heard in my life. You know how expensive that stuff is? Making lightsabers like $200-$300 a pop, dude. And to think that it's a random select, pick from my hand. What is this, man? Just if I give you money, give me what I want. Why make it chase? Some poor guy, like you said, probably has like 7 or 8 reds, 2 blues, a green. And he's desperate to find a black Kyber crystal. Oh. You there?
Oh. Yeah. My body just shut down for a minute.
I was like, you all right? Yeah. I was about to have to go check on you, man.
Let's just get to the news.
Let's just get to the news. Just real quick about my week. I finally watched.
Okay, sorry. How's your week?
Oh,
what's your week like?
Nothing, man. I watched The Joker finally. Gonna talk more about that on a reviews that's coming up closer to Oscar time, so you guys have to wait for that. But so I saw that, and I'll leave it at that. That's about it. Just did a whole lot of podcasting stuff. Finally got to record with one of our fellow content creators on Twitter. Shout outs to Mr. Baelish from the UK. That was really neat. Got to talk with him about some cool stuff. That's going to be going up on the channel soon. So, spreading the love and making new friends on the internet's awesome. So that's pretty much the highlights of the week so far. Nice. No poll this week because honestly, my brain didn't allow it. So blame Mike G's brain for no poll. But I'll do 2 polls. No, I won't. We'll just have another poll next week. Right. I'll do dual polls and just complicate matters more. Dual polls. But yeah, let's get into the news, my man.
What can I pick a question for the poll?
Sure. We want to talk about
favorite trading card game. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Duel Masters.
Those are the 4? It's Magic, man. Magic rules.
Yeah.
I never bought Magic cards. I only play like the digital versions of it.
Yeah.
Because it's a funny story. I downloaded like Magic the Gathering on PS3 and I was obsessed with that game.
Jeez.
And I would play it like every day and I was collecting cards and it was all fun. And I was kind of learning how to play. I had this sick green blue deck. And it was a nice little mix of rapid growth and like water illusions and stuff. It was right on my alley. Talking about it makes me want to play it again. Anyway, I may download that tonight, actually. I love me some Magic, digital Magic. So my local comic book store, shout outs to Jeffrey's Comics, oldest comic book store in California. I went there, and they have Magic tournaments. Like I didn't know, like on Wednesdays or something. They run Magic tournaments out of their comic store, and I was just like, "Hey, Jeff," because I'm I'm on a first name basis with the owner. I was like, "Hey, Jeffrey, man, Jeff, I'm thinking about getting into Magic." And he was like, "You don't want to do that, man." I'm like, "What? Why?" Like, I played the online game. He's like, "Mike, I'm gonna show you a card." And he pulled out this card, this Black Rose card from like the shelf. Yeah. He's like, "This card alone is a must-have, and it's like $300."
Stop.
He's like, "You don't want to
talk about Black Lotus."
Yeah, he's talking about Black Lotus, dude. And he's like, "You don't want to enter this world." He's like, "Mike, okay. As a customer, I'm telling you not to do it."
I'm gonna give you. There's a couple. I'm gonna, as a amateur MTG person, Magic the Gathering person. Yeah, I'm going to. There are different tiers of Magic fandom. There is the one where it's going, I'll buy a couple of booster packs, right? Type thing. Yeah. And like I like looking at them, type thing.
The art is cool.
Yeah. The second, then above that is, I'm gonna buy these pre-made decks, and my friends and I are gonna play each other, type thing. Yeah. And occasionally I might try to go to tournaments, but I'm really just in it to play with friends.
Yeah. Social.
Third is that you're wanting to compete. The next tier would be that you're wanting to compete with other players. So you're going for specific cards to make these decks.
Optimal decks, right?
Yeah, and you're spending the time to research like what decks are working now. What's the flavor of this year, or like that there's a new cards coming in, so that means some old cards are coming out. So you have to readjust the strategy of this type thing. And then there's the completionists, which are the people that own the Black Lotus cards. Yeah. And go like, we need this for your deck. There's no reason for it to ever be an actual play, really. So the question I would go like, why are you doing it? Why are you like?
He just gave me like a cautionary tale of entering this world.
Oh, and I'm telling, like, you can go online and find videos of these nerds selling cards and going like, I'm going to put down $500,000 or like $5,000 on this.
What the hell, man? This is what I'm talking about.
And it's like, I'm not a financial expert, folks. Okay. There's nothing that I've pursued and studied to make you think that I'm in it for money, but there is a level of craziness to a person that goes to, I'm going to invest in playing cards as this is my retirement type thing.
And I get what you're saying, that there's a rabbit hole effect to this, right? Yeah. And it's all about your own threshold of how deep you want to go. But I would be that guy who was just sitting there like, I want to buy a new car, but that Black Lotus is just right there, isn't it?
Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to, nope, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to even start. I'll stick to my PS4, PS3 digital version of it where I can learn and enjoy it. But, it's just one of those things where it's like, got to catch them all. Mike G would have problems with that. I would have issues and concerns with that life, Doug. But Magic is definitely the one I played the most out of the 4 options you gave me. And it's just a fun game. And like you said, the graphics are super cool. And I like the ideas of the decks and how they relate to their, their niche. Like I love the undead cards and the vampire cards and stuff like that. And
and there's also a whole thing like there's a possibility that you never have to buy a booster pack, or you never have to buy the entire card collection, because there's a whole separate market out there of going like people making deck lists online, and you copy and paste that to MTG card site or shop, and you can they'll make the deck for you.
and just send
and
it over
could be
to
like
you.
20 or $30.
See, and the thing is this, when you go to like play with other people that you don't know, and you're a greenhorn, there's such gatekeeping to communities like that.
Right.
It's very hard to find a good group that you can play with. Like if I went to, I'm not saying that there's gatekeepers at Jeffrey's Comics, but
Right.
I'm sure I would get eyebrows if I just showed up with my green deck and I'm wearing my Ash Ketchum hat, and they're just like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, and I just go back to like if you're playing poker, there's the same time as well where it takes a while to be a part of like the daily group that goes into a particular casino.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a you're paying for the University of MTG type thing.
It's like unless you go in there and just clean shop, everyone's gonna be like, "Man, get out of here."
But that's
man.
never.
That's in the movies, man. It's just not gonna happen.
I'm trying to find. There's a YouTube channel that I used to watch a lot before MTG Arena came out, and he's very good at building pauper decks or budget friendly.
Yeah, man.
Decks.
I'm super okay with being a Magic basement king. You know what I mean, and just being decent with the people I play with. I'm not trying to go win, Magic-thon in Switzerland, dude. Like it's not. I just like the flow of the game, and I think it's the gameplay is interesting. Which is kind of my gateway drug into like Gwent.
Tolarian Community College, by the way, that's the YouTube channel.
Okay, shout outs to them.
He's I believe he's still a community college English professor. And
does he still make content?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm gonna click on it real quick.
Yeah, see, when was his last lesson?
See here, 11 hours ago.
There you go.
40,000 views.
What was the name of that channel again?
The Tolarian Community College.
There you go.
I like it that he dresses up and he wears good clothing.
Nice, man. There you go, Nerdiverse. I'm going to be checking it out tonight. I hope you do too.
And he has a great, I don't know if he still does it. It's been a while, but he'll actually buy these like booster packs where you get about like 12 boosters, and he'll go through each card and show you like the cost of this card.
Break it down.
You can sell it for a nickel.
Ooh, you're really making me want to play Magic, man. Yeah.
And he's pretty much showing that it's kind of ridiculous to go like buy these booster boxes when you can just go online and buy a deck pre-made type thing. But,
dude, good stuff, man. For this week, we don't have a ton of news. Well, we are short on time, so I did want to bring back our old favorite, yay or nay. Oh,
we are short on time? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like, is it time just relative? Isn't it a man-made construct?
That line right there, and that line, and another line of like, we're like a speck in the grand scope of things in the universe.
Dust in the wind.
Are like, wow, you've just graduated community college. Good for you, man.
Dust in the wind.
Wow. Or like, wow, you've just taken an intro to philosophy. Good for you.
Ooh.
Okay.
You're my boy, Blue. So how this works for those who are uninitiated with the yay or nay, I'm going to say a news article. And Winter can say yay, and we'll talk about it for a split second, maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Or he'll say nay, and I have to move on. But I get one veto if I decide to use it. Just for the sake of the channel, I've yet to use a veto. Out of the 119 episodes we're at.
In the lands.
Keep peace among the Nerdiverse. I've yet to use a single veto, so usually me and Winter are on the same page here. But let's go ahead and get this party started, right? Mm-hmm. So, video games. We don't have much video game news. Mortal Kombat 11 drops the Joker gameplay trailer. Yay or nay?
Yay, let's talk about it. I know I'm interested in what this. I watched the intro video.
Pretty neat, right? Like, Joker, I
wouldn't say pretty neat. I just go neat.
Neat, right? The Joker is one of those characters that's so overused. Mm-hmm. I just saw Joker, like movie, whatever. But the character has been in multiple like NetherRealm games. across the board, and it makes you wish like there was another character that was put in. We get to that on the next article if we choose to talk about it. But the Joker looks really neat. Like, he has cool little moves. He uses like a Batman puppet as a gun, and he does little voices like, "I am the knight," before he shoots people and stuff. He has a move where a dude hops out as a hostage with a bomb on his chest, and you run towards the opposition, and the bomb explodes and kills the innocent bystander. It's insane, dude. They really...
I don't like how much glee you have in your mouth, in your voice.
I'm desensitized to life. But but the Joker, I don't think it's Mark Hamill, but the guy's doing a hell of a good Mark Hamill.
Mm-hmm. Can you do a Mark Hamill?
No, my voice is too deep. The problem with being on basic mic is that my voices can only stay in particular octaves. If I go too high, then I'll start to like phase out of existence. Dust in the wind. But yeah, Joker looks pretty neat. Just neat. I'm waiting for Spawn though. That's the character I'm waiting for. Smash Brothers Ultimate released their 5th character. Happens to be another sword user, another Fire Emblem character, Byleth. Yay or nay?
Nay. I think that's a very boring pick.
Very boring pick. We're moving on. And the crowd goes mild. Breaking news.
Out of all the other... No, I already passed it. Never mind.
Too late. You should have said yay, dog. But I get it. Trust it. I get it. It's snoring. We're not talking about it. Moving on. Justice League Dark movies and shows in development from J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Studios. This just in. Yay or nay?
Let's talk about it a little bit, because I'm curious. I like whenever there's dark in it, that means that it's gonna be good.
Justice League Dark, man.
Yeah. How are they gonna take a DC a DC film? DC have the reputation of being emo,
edgy edgelords,
already a little dark superhero movies. Wouldn't you say? Besides Shazam,
Shazam was fun. Joker, geez, that movie's dark as hell.
Right. So how are they gonna go? This is not just Justice League. This is Justice League Dark.
It's funny because DCU did Superman, which was dark. Mm-hmm. Man of Steel, rather. Superman killing entire city. Batman versus Superman, which was dark. Yawn of Justice, as I like to call it. And then they realized...
release the Snyder Cut.
Release the Snyder Cut, just do it. Cowards. And then they realized maybe dark isn't the answer. So they made Wonder Woman, they made Aquaman, and they made Shazam.
To some people that would still be dark because that's a woman with power. But that's...
Winner?
Well, am I wrong?
It was controversial, I'll put it that way.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was a little controversial. But with the Joker being a $1 billion 9-movie juggernaut that it is, maybe they're leaning... obviously, they're leaning back towards dark. They're leaning back towards edgy. And J.J. Abrams... That being said, J.J. Abrams is not a dark director. It's Bad Robot. It's not J.J. Abrams, right?
Yeah.
So, Bad Robot made, 21 Cloverfield Lane with John Goodman. And that was a super good movie. And that was dark and twisted. So, and there's plenty of room to play in DC's dark stable. There's all types of crazy characters they can dive into. Yeah, I'm
looking down. Well, they're saying, the Clover... Yeah, okay. There's nothing really too scary that I'm seeing in their list here.
Who, Bad Robot?
Yeah, Bad Robot.
Yeah.
Robot.
21 Cloverfield Lane. I guess you can count Super 8 as a dark movie, even though it was dark shot. It was dark. It was just an actual dark movie because it was shot so dark. But it was horrible. But anyway, Justice League Dark, has dark characters like Clarion the Witch Boy, you know what I mean? Swamp Thing can make a return. Zatanna, Constantine, they can bring back Constantine. There's plenty of characters in that stable that they could do neat TV shows and movies, even though it seems like the DC Universe app with the TV shows is dead. Like, there's no, I don't know I haven't heard any new shows coming from that. Like, maybe that's kind of disheartening. But yeah, I think it's going to be neat. It's going to be cool. The word of the day is neat. 20th Century Fox and Fox Searchlight are being rebranded by Disney. It's now
just removing the Fox part, right?
Yeah, it's just called 20th Century Studios now.
20th Century
Digital Boys.
No, they're the Doors song. That's 20th Century Fox. And I was trying to go 20th Century bleep, 20th Century bleep.
What do they say? That's bleeped winter.
Fox. That's all.
Makes sense. I was going for Bad Religion, but we're both fine. It both makes sense. So, yeah or nay? You want to talk about this? You want to do it? You want to talk about
there's nothing really to talk about.
No,
I mean,
Disney is putting down their clown hammer, their Mickey hammer, and making and erasing Fox from every book and tablet. Pretty much it. High Fidelity. Sometimes you got to face the music trailer drops. Yeah or nay?
I mean, I don't know much about High Fidelity.
It's fine. You can nay it. I just put it on there because I love the movie so much.
What is it about, High Fidelity?
High Fidelity is a movie with John Cusack. It's about a record store owner who's going through his top 5 breakups of all time. And they all tie to a time and to music, and has one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in my life. It's just one of my favorite movies I just wanted to bring up because Zoe Kravitz is playing the record store owner now from Modern Take. And it's kind of weird. Okay. Her mom is Lisa Bonet, and she played in the original. Anyway, just want to give that a shout out.
From the Cosby Show?
From the Cosby Show winner. One and the same.
Didn't you I had a crush on her when I was little.
Who didn't? Lisa Bonet is insane. Beautiful. You know she's married to Jason Momoa?
I thought she was married to
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
Well, they got divorced. That's where Zoe came from, and now she's with Jason Momoa, and they have a bunch of kids and living perfect lives on the beach, on the sands of like Samoa or something.
Not my perfect life.
Mm-hmm. I don't like sand between my toes. Makes me feel all itchy.
Okay.
Hank Azaria officially steps down as the voice of Apu. Yeah or nay?
I got nothing really productive to say about that.
It's a rough topic, man.
Yeah.
If you want to nay it, it's fine. The proof is in the pudding, but if you don't want to talk about it, I definitely get it.
Yeah, I mean, we should just pass. There's nothing really.
We're only going to dig ourselves deep holes talking about that.
Well, dig myself in a deeper hole. I don't know about you. Yeah.
Poor guy. Hank Azaria is actually salt of the earth. Anyway, Japan is celebrating 40 years of Gundam by building a giant moving robot again. Yeah or nay?
Again, nay. Like, what? I'm not a Gundam fan.
Gundam is Mobile Suit Gundam is a very popular anime that has giant robots, right? So every once in a while, Japan will create a 1-to-1 size Gundam and just put it in a town, like in Osaka or in Nagano or in Tokyo. And it's literally like a 5-story kind of like art installation of this Gundam that lights up at night. But apparently there's new ones going to be moving and shit. So we don't know what they're doing over there. It may be palatable.
Basil?
No, Basil. I love you, Basil. But yeah, Japan rules. You know, like I just want like a giant X-Men Sentinel in like Milwaukee. You know, like why can't we get Sentinels? You know.
Yeah, why can't we get Sentinels?
Why can't we get Sentinels? Moving on. Studio Ghibli films will exclusively stream on Netflix. That's
pretty cool.
Neat, right?
Yeah, it's like now that I'm watching a little bit more anime, there's like a whole there's like a whole section of Netflix that's been opened up to me.
Yeah,
that if like Netflix secretly has a pretty good selection.
Not bad. I wouldn't kick it out of bed for crackers, man. Watch Kill for Kill, Kill la Kill. Just do it. Even though, as Austin said, that's pretty high level anime, but I think you can handle it. And
No, I don't want to OD on anime.
nah, man, you gotta watch some Studio Ghibli movies though once they become available, because that's like there's like fast food anime, right? And then there's like Michelin star rated anime, and Studio Ghibli's the most choice cut beef of anime.
Primavera.
You just want to do a chef kiss with it. Mwah. Molto bella. And you can pick any of them. Studio Ghibli doesn't make bad movies, and they're all thought-provoking and beautiful, and you'll find one that's your favorite. Hashtag Howl's Moving Castle is next level. That's my favorite. But yeah, I'm curious to see what you think of Studio Ghibli movies, because they're just a whole nother stratosphere of animation. And in a world where we're surrounded by CG quick shot garbage, it's so good to see hand-drawn animation at its highest peak. And only Japan's still doing it. Americans have grown tired, and they don't do hand-drawn animations anymore. It's all digital crap, you know.
Or they ship it to Korea.
Oh, north or south?
I'll
let you choose. Okay, south is fun. That's the happy Korea. They'll invite you in and give you a soda.
Soda pop.
A quick soda pop with a wooden straw. Save the environment. Have you watched this Guns Akimbo trailer? Yay or nay?
Yeah, I have. I'm actually excited for
this
it.
This movie looks stupid, dude. I love it. So the premise of the movie is you have Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter himself, living in a world where there's this crazy, illegal kind of game show that's running, that's destroying the city, quote unquote, the city, where they pick random people to be assassins or something like that.
Yeah.
And apparently our character is picked, and they've drilled and bolted 2 guns into his hands, and now he's just playing the game. And it's this big, colorful, almost like neon throw up of a movie. At least it seems like from the trailer.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of like, if you've seen Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen and Monica Bellucci, where it's pretty much just Bugs Bunny versus Elmer Fudd. It's like this over the top action, almost as well as like The Losers, and even in Polar. It's like there's a certain genre. Cranked, the Crank film. This reminds me of, where it's this high octane,
right,
cartoonish action.
That's a good reference. Yeah.
Yeah, high octane cartoonish action.
I first thought it said Guns Adobo, and I thought that this was going to be like a chef action film. Dude,
Guns Adobo sounds like a dope movie though.
Jason Statham trying to open up a restaurant, but he has to first get the money for it, so he has to become an assassin.
Yeah, like Terry Crews wants to become a chef, and he's real buff, but
no, Jason Statham.
Fine. You want to cross hairs.
He'll be added. You always try to bring Terry Crews work.
I want him to be happy. Okay, he's an artist, and he's real
happy. He's a TED Talk man now.
He's real buff, and he likes drawing people.
He's got the Old Spice money.
All I ever want to be is Terry Crews.
No.
That's my dream. That's the dream, dog.
It's already hard enough for me to get into vehicles. I don't need muscle being the reason now.
Yeah, I'd rather be muscle than fat, in my opinion, on my end. But
that's your controversial take?
That's my hot take. I'd rather be muscle. I'd rather be super muscly than super fat. That's
wow.
Yeah.
Spread the news.
Mike G. Hot takes from Mike G, dude.
That could be a poll, right?
What would you rather be, super muscly or super fat?
Yeah.
There's pros and cons to both. Like if I got shot in the stomach, I probably wouldn't die. The fat would protect.
One is you are shortening your time here on Earth. The other one is you get modeling advertisements
and make all the money in the world. Yeah. You know, and you're a pinnacle of health in sexual prowess.
Okay.
Yeah. Sex. According to Muscle Bound dudes, apparently some dude at Disneyland just pulled the sword out of the stone and broke the the art. I'm saying art installation a lot, but it's not an art installation. He broke the prop pretty much.
Well, if they didn't want people to do that, they should have had a sign.
They should have just put like a little. I bet you they will now. I bet you there'll be like a little.
There's already a bunch of signs. Yeah,
100%. Like all it takes is one idiot, and apparently, park goers were just having their day, and quote unquote this kind of buff dude is how they named him. The kind of buff dude just went over there and literally beefed his way to pull the sword from the stone, and got mad when he realized there wasn't a real sword inside of it. It was just like half a sword prop that he broke and left. And it's like the super old, like timeless Disney memorabilia heirloom that they had to fix and replace.
Right.
Like the same day they took it to the Imagineers and said, put it back together before the kids cry. And so they did. And now there's
Bobby, where's the sword from that old movie
that I never watched?
There is no God.
There is no God. There's only Mickey. So yeah, so they fixed it, and now it's back. And like you said, there's probably gonna be all types of petitions and like ropes and signs. Ha! Don't break the sword, okay? Ha! And then
they could have had fun with it too, like put like a lightsaber in it. Now,
that's the there is no God moment where they just start replacing old Disney movies with new stuff that makes money.
And Sword in the Stone are shared universe.
Did you know that Merlin was just a Jedi?
He was a ye old Jedi.
He was a ye old Jedi, dog. I think we just found the name of the podcast. Merlin, the ye old Jedi, dog. But yeah, Disney, they're not playing around, man. Don't touch. Disney's very particular about you touching stuff. Like, they get really mad. Like, you'll go to Disney jail if you just, like, go and see something at, like, if you try to take a rock off of, like, Indiana Jones, there's a dude there who just stares at the rocks to make sure no one does anything.
Hey.
The worst is touching the water, and it's even kind of, like, been played on by The Simpsons when they went to, Duff Gardens. Like, don't drink the water at It's a Small World. I know it smells good. I know it's really ice cold. Do not drink the water, dude. You're just gonna die. That thing is core. How many
people are drinking the water?
Oh, dude. I worked Fantasyland for like a year when I was working at Disneyland.
Yeah. And
I worked inside the It's a Small World kind of like gift shop. And literally 3 kids a day would be rushed to Disney Hospital because these idiots just buried their faces in the water and just start drinking it.
I don't feel so good. I don't feel that dumb kid. Good. Oh, look, water.
Drink more water.
My tummy feels funny.
And now the kid is throwing up blood into Disney. And I'm fixing the shelves, listening to It's a Small World the 958th time in my shift. And I'm just saying, another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And then the parents are all freaking out. Why'd you make the water so tasty? And then they're like, what? But yeah, don't drink the water on Pirates of the Caribbean, and don't drink the water.
How about you don't drink the water anywhere except if it's a drinking fountain?
Well, you have to say these things because people are stupid. You have to tell people not to do it.
No, you don't have to say it. They can just figure it out for themselves.
No, you're talking about humans, man. We're the most stupid creatures on Earth.
I'm talking about humans that need to learn something.
And this is what I call Darwinism, dude. Like the girl who jumped into like the lion pit to try to take a picture with it. You deserve to die.
Well, I don't know if she deserves to die.
No, by natural selection.
Like, this is what's going to happen.
By natural selection.
There's no deserving happening. It's like yeah.
If there is a Jurassic Park level fence that's like 10 feet high and electrified, and you figure out a way to hop it and climb into a endangered species wild animal enclosure to take a selfie, I'm sorry, it's your time to go. You do not deserve to be on Earth anymore. The lion will be full and happy by the end of the night, and you will have to explain that to St. Peter. Oh, what happened again? I thought it'd be a good idea to get a selfie with the lion, eh? The lion was mad. He clawed me in the back. I was like, why? Hey, buddy. Hey, butter. Calm down, butter. It bit me in the jugular. Then it went dark. Stupid.
Yeah.
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 That's all I got.
That's all I got. What are you looking forward to?
Living the dream and living la vida loca.
Living la vida loca. She had dumps like a truck.
What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to newly gainful employment, Doug. Spread your fingers to the nerdiverse for Mike G. Other than that, nothing's really going on. Oh, I also want to mention I watched the end of the Crisis of Infinite Earths on CW, as we call it, Cruddy Wilderness, and it had a cool little cameo. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm sure if you're a fan of that stuff, you already know what the cameo was, so it doesn't matter. I'm also looking forward to Batgirl. No, Batwoman. She's a woman.
No, I'm gonna be canceled.
Oh no! Yeah, Winter, you flew too close to the sun, my man.
Careful, Icarus.
Careful, Icarus. You have any last thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
Yeah, check me out on social media. Trash Monk the Third, Trash Monk I. Major chess pieces are moving, folks.
Yes, they are.
I gotta say at this moment.
Yeah, man, the pieces are moving. Also, check us out on Twitter. That is at @MNerdiverse. And if you become a follower, you'll get a digital cookie from Mike G himself. If you want to support us monetarily, you can always join our Patreon, which is Patreon.com/MOTN. If you give us money, I will feed it into our computer, and it will spit out digital cash to fund the podcast. But if you want to support us non-monetarily, you can do so by simply liking our content, commenting on our YouTube channel, which is Masters of the Nerdiverse Cast, or subscribing to any of our podcast networks and outlets, so you can be getting up-to-date podcast episodes and information about our little old podcast here.
Did you already say the Patreon?
Yes, I did.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, you have like the old man with the fishing hook with the dollar on it. You got to be quicker than that. You got to be quicker than that. I'm of course your host, Mike G.
And I've been your host, Winter.
And
Trash Monk the Third.
We will always ask you to take that one step. Close it out for me, Winter.
Toss a coin to your nerdist, valley of plenty.
Beyond.
Valley of plenty. Valley of plenty. Toss a coin to your witcher. Yeah!